So super happy to have you, Wen Wei, to be one of the case study. So let me introduce a bit about you, right? You are based in Singapore and now you're teaching non-tech people to understand blockchain and make money, right?
Yep.
Cool. So what is your biggest problem before you joined the program? What were you struggling about?
Okay, so firstly, Steph, thank you so much for having me today. In action, in action, like before I joined your program, I like I always knew that this was the right path, like online education is the right path for Ikigai. Because Ikigai, one day I know my end goal. I know that I want to bring this kind of education in emerging technology to developing nation. This is very clear from the start. However, like I didn't know how to start. I always thought that the best way to do it was Udemy. Uh, and I always thought that there's always time. I always thought that, hey, like I'm still not old. There's always time, and I'm so busy with life and blah blah blah. So what made me sign up for this program is because like COVID-19 hit.
Mm.
It was a shock to me. It was really a shock to me.
Yeah.
So what happened was that um, I saw some of my friends because I have a lot of social circles.
Mm-hmm.
And some of my friends are like multi-millionaires, multi-billionaires because they're in the blockchain space. And some others are in retail, hospitality, travel. So they were all hit by COVID. Then I realized that, oh, this is what happens to you if you only have one source of income.
Yeah.
And that really struck me hard. So I've decided to take action to at least build up another source of income for Ikigai so that, we can be more resilient in terms of crisis. So it's not only for my company, but also for say other people, because having the blockchain knowledge will open up a lot of sources of income. So I hope to at least provide this opportunity for my students.
So, then when you join the program, right? What do you want to accomplish actually?
I wanted to, but I wanted to at the end of the program at least have a course out. So the goal at the start was not perfection. The goal was to deliver value. So even if the course material is not perfect, or I don't really care about perfection. I just want to, as long as I know I deliver value and I give my students what they want and what benefits them, I think I've accomplished my goals already.
Wow,
So
that's powerful. A lot
yeah,
of people are not thinking like that. They were just not taking any actions because they just want perfection. But as I always mention, right, it's more about the progression than the perfection.
I think it's also like because for Ikigai and for myself, I have a very clear vision of what I want to do. So it's to serve people in the developing economies eventually. So because I'm focused on serving others, right? I don't really care about how people see me or criticize. If they criticize and they criticize, they won't sign up my class. So I don't really care about them. So but if they sign up for my class, obviously they see value and I will do my best to serve them and deliver value. Yeah.
Yeah, because you mentioned about inaction, right, which is something that it's holding you back. Do you also feel like there's other things like something external that is blocking your way?
Can you give me some examples?
Maybe let's say you feel like economy, maybe you feel like you don't have the right tools, the right people, the right team, the right platform, the right technology, that kind of stuff.
I don't really feel that way because you can always Google. I feel like
Oh,
if there's a problem, they just Google it.
right. So to you, the main roadblock it's inaction.
It's more internal. It's really internal. Like I think maybe if we want to fine tune it, it's like a lack of priority.
Mm,
That means I did not put it as high as a priority as I wished. But then the COVID thing, right? After COVID-19 hits, I realized that there is a need to be resilient. So it's not about, say, becoming productive in a task that you're focused on, like a job or like your own company. It's about really building multiple sources of income because you want to be resilient. Resilient means that you have plan A, plan B, plan C, plan D. Yeah. So after I realized that I wanted to be resilient, I started changing my priorities.
mm, okay. then what is the reason you come to me and join my program? How different is it from my program compared to other programs?
Because Robert Yo, my friend, right, he tagged me. He was like, hey, you should attend Steph masterclass. So I attended because Robert is someone who usually before teaching blockchain, I was also teaching content marketing. So I have classes, offline classes. So Robert is a very huge supporter. He will always like buy tickets and go to my class. So I listened to him. So yeah, because of Robert's recommendation, then I went to a masterclass. Then I was like, oh, this girl actually knows what she's talking about.
Right.
Then I just signed up. Well, yeah.
Amazing. So in the program, right, the 3 weeks program, like what is your biggest aha moment to you?
So basically, if you don't sell wagyu to a vegetarian, yeah. So similarly, it's the same for fish. Let's say we are fishing salmon. We don't go to a pond where there's only tuna. We want to go to a pond where there's salmon. And also, we do not attempt to create salmon. We cannot create salmon. Or we don't attempt to change the tuna into a salmon. So, yeah, the knowledge that salmon is already there. We just need to go to the salmon. I think it's a very big aha moment because it's common sense, but people don't see it.
Yeah,
People will
yeah,
force the tuna to become a salmon, which cannot be done.
yeah. That's a wonderful analogy, right? So basically, it means like you cannot trying to turn some kind of audience into buyers. It's like you go and figure out where these buyers are, and then you just invite them to join your program.
Yes, correct.
Amazing. So throughout the journey, right? I remember you faced some conflicts, right? Like some struggles, some beliefs about the price and about something. Can you share with our audience?
Oh, yes, yes. I wanted to price my course at 199. Then, Steph, you told me to price at 500. That was so difficult. That was so difficult. Like, I struggled. I totally didn't want to do that.
Okay, but then what happened?
Then I just follow what you say. Yeah, just follow what you said, right? So then I just said 500 and then do my best to deliver like at least twice the value. Yeah, and 7.5 people sign up.
Right. Okay. So that is a big success. So in total, after 3 weeks, you made 3,600, right? So I know all the money that you make, you're actually pre-selling the program, right? You haven't created one video lesson or anything yet, right?
Yeah, exactly. And I think the best part about this course is that it debunks the myth that we have to have everything prepared before we actually, launch our program. The reality is that it's good to pre-sell. It's really good to pre-sell because we listen to the market and listen to the wants of the people who want to buy instead of like assuming, right? If we create everything already and then that has a lot of assumptions. We have to have assumption one, assumption two, assumption three before we can build the whole program, right? So pre-selling is like I listen to my audience, I learn how to survey my audience and ask them what they want so that I can deliver it to them. So I think this is something very good about the program. Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
Did you spend any money on ads?
I didn't spend on ads.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Because always a lot of people, the number one question is, oh, how much money did you spend on ads? But I want to share with you guys who are watching this case study, it's like you don't need to start off with spending ads. And that is actually a wrong way to do things because you haven't even proved the idea. And if you immediately put money into ads, it's so easy that you're going to make a loss from the ads. Cool.
Yeah, I want to add something else. Yeah, to that point, right? Another aha moment that I have now. Some people might think that money can solve everything, but actually it can't. Like, we have to learn how to make money without using money first. And I think your program does it really well. Yeah.
So what was your objection when you're on the fence, like thinking whether you want to join the program or not?
Yeah. So basically, I'm sure a lot of people have the same objections as well, which is like, I don't have time. I'm really busy. I'm doing so many things like A, B, C, D, E, F. And this online education thing for Ikigai was really very low on priority. Then how I actually, then I had a call with you, right? Then I think during the call, I realized that COVID-19 is like a black swan event, which can happen again, or something else can happen again that we cannot foresee. And once that hits like a tsunami, then we will pay the price of inaction if we are not resilient. So once I understood that, then suddenly it became top priority already. Because it's better to do like to diversify the streams of income rather than to focus on one and be really, really good at one. Because once that one stream is destroyed, we are going to be in big trouble.
Yeah. Wow. I love what you say. If you don't take action, you're going to pay for your inaction.
Yes.
Wow. That's super huge. So if someone is also thinking, oh, should I prioritize? Like, I'm busy, I don't have time, well, what would you advise them?
Think of it like I think understanding the person's why is very important. Busy always sounds like an excuse. Really, busy always sounds like an excuse, because if a person, yeah, especially if they are in your master class, and then they say that, oh, I'm kind of interested but I'm not interested, lukewarm, then I think there is some excuse and some unresolved issue going on there that they might want to look into. However, so maybe having clarity over the why is very important.
Right. And your clarity, your why, can you repeat again?
Yeah, sure. I want to, Ikigai one day, the end goal is to provide emerging technology education, such as blockchain technology education, to developing nations. So that why is very strong. It has always been there. So having clarity of it. So the online course is just step one. Next year there's step 2, step 3, step 4. So we will slowly move there. Yeah.
Amazing. So before we end this interview, do you have any final words to people who are watching this interview who are like at the border whether I should join or shouldn't join the program?
Yes. Okay. So I guess like if the person is not prepared to be committed over the duration, it's best, in my opinion, not to join, because the lessons actually stack on top of each other. So if we were to miss 1 week of lesson, then it's very hard to catch up. If we were to join from the second week onwards, you need to catch up before you join, right? So it's very incremental. So perhaps because at the start of the program, there was already an agreement. In fact, I think 30 minutes or something, aligning expectations, saying that, okay, staff's going to commit, and students are going to commit as well. So if there's this lack of commitment, it will be very hard to catch up. And yeah, so best not to join if there isn't 100% commitment. And I guess like staff wants to really help the students get results, so it will be great if the students commit to putting in effort to get the results. I know for a fact that staff methods do work, because I just follow the methods sometimes also. Like, just follow, then you don't think so much, just follow, just do and follow, right? And yeah, we get results of that. So given that I followed the methods and I got results, so I'm sure people who just follow the method without objections, without thinking so much, will get results as well. So I guess the thing that the challenging part is the limiting belief that everybody has. So yeah, I think it will be solved with commitment. So if you are not committed, don't join. Yeah.
Got it. Thank you so much, Wei, for having the time with me, having this interview. And I hope you guys will learn so much from her. And really, like, if you are going to be like 100% committed and you put creating your program, selling your expertise online as your priority, I would love you to join in our family and join in our program. So thank you so much again for the time, and really looking forward to see you blooming in your own industry.